and all those we continue to follow their footsteps till the day of accounting. Thereafter, I extend the best courtesy by saying Allah's peace and blessings abide with us. Apparently, the network has not been quite friendly. I've tried to call our resource person. Network has been busy. I don't think he's here now. Can we have a general discussion while still waiting for him? Work as third party. Family is certainly man and woman. The third party starts from their children and sometimes from their parents. From their parents before they have children, and if they don't have children, from their children immediately they start having children. Third party also extends to family members, siblings, cousins, and so on. But there's a terrible third party that causes a lot of stress in the family. It is work. Usually it is the work of the woman, but we hardly see how work becomes a third party for the man. The man may claim that if he doesn't work, how will they feed? How will they be clothed? How will school fees be paid? How will they settle their accommodation? But sometimes we fall in love with work so much that the work makes us neglect our family, and so it becomes a third party. A third party is one who interferes between two people. That is why um, a third party in grammar is a reference. We point at him or her or it. They, we point at them. We point at him. We point at her. We point at it. These, those. They are third parties. Not critical to the success of the two people. So how do we manage work as a man, as a woman, as a third party in family? I want to nominate our national coordinator to I just want to nominate him. Let the national coordinator coordinate this session, third party. As soon as Alhaji Abdulwahid Adedamola arrives, we hand over to him. National coordinator, over to you. Assalamu alaikum. National coordinator, you are a host. Is the national coordinator there?
Yes, he's here, sir.
Oh yeah, let's talk. Let's start this conversation. How do we manage work as third party in our family so that work stops disturbing disrupting. Let's have a good conversation tonight. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Well, this is an impromptu, but we must make it work. Work basically have different definition to different people. But when we look at what somebody consider as work, some other person might not consider it as work. But generally, when we say work, is something that you do that will generate income herein to take care of your life and that of your family. And basically, it's been divided into two. Working for others, we can be broken down to about 3 areas, and doing your own, working for yourself. Most times, we see people that juggle the two together. They work for others, and they also do their own work. This is one of the areas where the competition for the taking care of the family actually comes in. Because of the situation, especially in our geographical location, which is Nigeria, most people do more than one work. People are maybe government working in civil service, and they still do some businesses here and there. So the work interfere with family matters because we take it as it is, as a means of survival, which as Muslim, we must really understand what Allah told us in Quran chapter 3. Here Allah said, Kullahu malikan mulk tuti mulka man tasha wa tanzi'u mulka man tasha wa tu'izzu man tasha wa tu'izzu man tasha bi yadika li khayri innaka ala kulli shay'in. With Allah is all goodness. And the next verse, whereby Allah said, is the one that distributes risk. Everything about risk, because the main object of work is to generate income, to generate wealth. So Muslim must really know that your risk, your wealth is with Allah, not with the work, because that's where the issue used to be. There's general belief that the more you work, the more you are able to generate the wealth. But it has never been like that with Allah. You do the work, it's Allah that now distributes the risk. So when Muslims are able to understand this, are we going to be able to know that we need to give more time to the worship of Allah? We use, whenever the work is bringing stress or bringing kind of conflict with our family matters, we must watch it. Because it is not that work that's going to give us the wealth, the risk that we need. There's another spiritual aspect to the risk. What about blessing, the albarka? Even if you work and you earn the money so much, what is about the blessing of Allah? Where does it come from? It's from Allah. So therefore, we must try to know as Muslims that the risk is from Allah, and the blessing of that risk, which is using that wealth to do what is good in this world and for the hereafter. That's what I see as albarka. Being able to use, no matter how small it is, no matter how much it is, are you able to use it to follow the injunction of Allah at all times? So therefore, every Muslim, especially those who are really coming up, must be able to determine what type of work they want to do. I know of somebody when he was going, he said he will not use his brain, his intelligence to work for non-Muslims. to go and now build a servitude to them. And Allah has set up it for him. He was able to escape it. Those who have been working with a Muslim, when he started his own work, they have deal mostly with Muslims. So he has that. So what type of work do you want to do? The work, will it have conflict with our religion? Because that's the first thing. Then, will it have conflict with our family life? If we take our family life as ibadah, and we take the work too as ibadah, we must know how to manage the two. Allah has given us that opportunity. There are a lot of several ibadah. Yeah, each one of them have the purpose, have the way we do it, and it does not really conflict with one another. Salat is an act of ibadah. Psalm is an act of ibadah. Did they stress each other? I don't know how you arrange it. Zakat is an act of ibadah. Going for Hajj is an act of ibadah. We were able to manage it, so we need to watch it. The main thing, one of the main things, based on my experience in life, that makes people too much addicted to work is greediness about the materiality of this world. If Muslims can manage their greediness, not following other people of faith, I think for the Muslim, the work to be a means of pleasure, a means of taking care of the family, and a means of seeking the pleasure of Allah in this world and hereafter. So the main object of work is not only to generate wealth, but also to make sure that we generate halal wealth so that there can be barakah in whatever we have. Because how you generate the wealth will have impact in your life, will have impact in the life of your family, your wife, your children. You bring haram things to them. Because as the head of the family, you are responsible to provide for them, and you must watch it where that particular wealth is coming from. So we should watch it. How many hours do we want to, are we using to work? Yes, the speaker is guilty as well. Making work to affect our family, but we should try as much as possible to work on it so that we can achieve the pleasure of Allah in this world and thereafter. This is the little I can give for us now. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Much for yourself and working for others. Others, you work for yourself. Thank you very much. Can we have contribution? I've not seen Elaji. Has anybody seen him? All right. All right. Let's have. Let's raise our hands to contribute to this very important conversation. A woman is working, she is steadily rising in her careers, and the husband must not marry a second wife, and the husband does not see his wife as frequently as he wishes, and the husband will not commit zina. Is this not a reason for permanent anger in the family? Let's go there, please. Let's go there. Let me see your hand, your digital hand, then I call you. If you don't, I will call you. If you don't raise your hand, I will raise your hand for you and call you. All right. What about Alhaj Abdulhakim Oketoku? Are you there? I can see you. What about Professor Kaide Shitu, Aljalil Kaide Shitu, AJK Shitu, Professor? I will call you if you don't raise your hand. Elijah Razak Adedayo Abiyoye. Or we close this platform and go and sleep. Global Amira. Abu Fatai Bakri. Thank you and your wife for wishing me a happy birthday today.
Somebody is raising hand, sir.
Mr. Fola Yusuf.
Okay, Dr. Fola Yusuf, yes. Dr. Yusuf, let's see how we can unmute you. Yeah, you can talk, you can speak up now.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay. Dr. Fola Yusuf can unmute now. After him, alaikum salam wa
yeah, this is a very interesting topic. Yeah, this is a very interesting and very germane topic. But I want to look at it from this perspective. Number one, why do we work? Because when you talk about work and the type of work that we want to do, and then how do we want to take care of our family, it borders on the society, the level of poverty that we have in society that can make one to be working maybe in 2 or 3 places, or even making the wife to also work, or even the husband who is a civil servant, or the wife who is a civil servant also can decide to have other petty businesses in order to bring in money to the house. So this work actually creates a lot of challenges for the family. And when you look at it in that, apart from the level of poverty, you look at it that there is no any form of social safety net that is created by the system for anybody to really enjoy, so that they will not be able to work too much in order to take care of the family. And then you find it that some of all these challenges that the society creates is also fall back on us, the husband and the wife. And then when you even look at how they want to take care of the children, you find it that most nowadays, our own social status symbol also contribute to some of the challenges. Nobody wants to send their children to public school. Why? Because the public school is lacking in so many things. And then they have to take them to private schools, and private school is so expensive. And then some of them, you have to take them to a school that is even very far away. I was trying to analyze why somebody will be living in a Obantoko and they have to send children to BBHS or to the Afenwa High School. And I look at the cost implication of transportation. How will they be able to survive it? So it's as a result of some of these multi-dimensional, very complex challenges that we are facing that makes the husband and the wife to now have to work so much. And as a result of that, it affects the house. So, so many things, Yawa Kora, Okwa Kora, everybody Akora, as a result of all this thing, trying to meet up their the family responsibility to the house. So it's a very complex issue, and I think that we also need to pray. I don't know, because I may not be able to start talking about providing some suggestions, but we have to first of all analyze these issues critically. And I want to suggest to this platform that the issue of the job and the family could be divided into several segments, because the first speaker, if you look at the dimension that they take it, is quite different from the dimension that our imam actually look at it, and it's also quite different from the dimension that I am looking at it. So as a result of that, we may get confused about the whole thing. Seriously. So that's why I'm of the opinion that we can segment this issue and then look at it from different perspectives, so that at the end of the day, we all have learned a lot of things, and that if you use it to really administer our houses. And then finally, the monk will now look at it from the spiritual point of view. As a Muslim, how do we do it, and how do we navigate ourselves within this complex web of social insecurity and so many challenges that we are facing in order to live as a very good Muslim. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much. Jazakallah khairan. I believe that Engineer Abdulwasidu is taking note. We may not be able to conclude this conversation tonight, but it's a good thing everybody is being invited to make a contribution. Perspectives. Yeah, we have seen it as a national coordinator has advised us to have faith that it is not the quantity of work that determines the quantity of provision. I think he added that you should be patient too. And I'm asking whether these long absences from home is not an invitation to permanent anger. The husband is permanently angry if he can't have his wife the way he wants. Sometimes you are patient, then you're both 60. You retire. The man at 60 is not as strong as he was 20 years before. 20 years before, they were both struggling, and the struggle took either of them or both outside the homes most of the time. At 60, they can't have it again, and they want to have a carryover and take careers. This thing doesn't happen everywhere, every time, every way we want. So, as a life coach, we find a lot of trouble with people who have actually fallen into this trouble. So, um, we still need to contribute. Yes, I believe that we still need to contribute. Yeah, perspective, social security network or strategy does not exist in our society. And so, in order not to be completely on your own and to become vulnerable to old age insanity, you have to do more work. But from your experience, everybody, you can contribute to this conversation. Let's hear your own experience. If it is not your own experience, like I don't have such experience, but my case is very real. we appear not to be normal. We appear not to be normal. My wife resigned from UCH when I was coming to Abeokuta. And when I went to Abuja, she got transferred to Abuja. This is not a common thing that happens, but we are probably not normal. How do normal people manage work so that the work will not become a third party and the woman will not be hoping that at the end of the month she will see her husband and the husband will not come home at the end of the month to give excuse, sickness, no money, blah 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 blah. We have program, we have family meeting. She does not see her husband. A woman that misses her husband is permanently angry until the husband is around. In fact, research has shown and experience has corroborated that even when the husband and wife are together in the house and they are not on the same page, even if they are sleeping on the same bed and there is no needful done, the woman is permanently angry. And the woman that is angry because of this, I mean, when there is no adequate intimacy, the woman is permanently sometimes up to the point angry because of intimacy that is not misbehaved too. If you get miss you and to make her angry, you get more angry. You get angrier. Now I'm not working for you. It's not because of you guys. If it's just me, I can survive. And so on. We have had several cases like that. Don't let only 2, 3 people say talk here. You two talk. You two talk. Or else I will shut down the whole platform if nobody is going to talk. I'm tired and angry, and my anger is understanding. Engineer Abdulwasi, though, are you noting? Professor Kusui now. Akim Okitoku, good. Yeah, we take Professor Kusu first before we take his brother-in-law. Professor Kusu,
Salaam
go
alaikum.
ahead. You know the fear.
Bismillah Rahman Rahim.
Alaikum
I thank us.
salam.
I thank us all for this gathering again. It actually makes some of us not miss home much. Um, the subject of discourse this morning is actually like it's like taking it at the top. I don't know how to translate this proverb. And apologies to the elders here, as they normally say. Wọ́n ní amúkùn ẹrù ẹwọ́ òkèlè ẹwọ́ ẹwò sàlẹ̀. Olókè ló ń wò wọn òwò sàlẹ̀. Now, before we even go to the issue of work as a third party in a marriage or in a family, I think there's one I won't say more important, but equally important factor. And this factor has to do with the circumstance of the upbringing of the individuals that made up the family. Sometimes partners are raised, well, not even sometimes, all the time. Partners are raised by different families as children. And these growing up experiences and exposures become ingrained in their mindset. And this mindset is bring forth to the new family being created with another strange individual for another family who may have also experienced a different circumstance. And this go a long way in affecting spending habits, attitude to economic issues, and all that. To the extent that work now becomes compounded, or the importance of work as a third party in the family becomes seriously confounded because of the mindset that the two individuals brought into the new family setup. I'm sorry if I am causing digression here or bringing in issue that is not on the table.
That's stressing you.
Am I audible enough at all? I can hear voices in the background. I don't know whether it's
You are.
Aha. So yeah, that's the little I want to say here. That
We can hear you.
When we talk about work, this strenuous factor of the mindset of the individuals that made up the family that may have been created from the circumstance of their upbringing will confound the importance of work to this new family. I don't know how this will fit into the current discussion, but I see it as very important because sometimes the amount of wealth acquisition that will make an individual to say, yeah.
I don't know whether it's still. I can't hear him anymore. So we are still on Tuesday here, Tuesday night. I know you are on Wednesday morning in New Zealand. That's why you said this morning. Yeah, can we go on? Can we have Akim Oketokun? Let's have Brother Akim Oketokun, please.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello. I would like to take it from the perspective of the proverb said by Prof. that amukun ẹrù ẹwọ oni òkèlè wo wòsàlẹ̀. The whole issue, I think, is starting should be looked at from the point when we are deciding what to do in life. The way we look at work, it seems we only follow what the society dictates. That you go to school, then you must become something like, or you must become a doctor, or you become a lawyer. And after that, you start work. We don't really ask ourselves that do I really love what I'm doing? Because I want to believe work should be what you love to do. Because we like it or not, once you start working, you are likely to work for the next 35 to 40 years of your life. And if what you are doing for the next 30 to 40 years of your life, you don't love it, or is bringing stress, it's a stressor to you in your life, then there is no way you will enjoy the life, and there is no way you will enjoy the family. Another thing is, another thing is, while we are choosing what to do, we tend to forget that, are we working to enjoy our life, or we are working because of responsibility? You hear a lot of people working that mo ń ṣiṣẹ́ nítorí bùkátà, especially our wives. Mo ní bùkátà mi pọ̀, àfi kí n wáṣẹ́ kúnṣẹ́ awọ́ mi, àfi kí n ṣiṣẹ́ nítorí bùkátà. If you are working because of bùkátà, then you always be stressed because bùkátà ò ní tán, bùkátà máa pọ̀ sí ni. Why am I saying this? From my own experience, before I started working, in fact, one of the reasons tí mi ò fi gbaṣẹ́, why I didn't want to become a civil servant or working for somebody, is I want to love my life. I want to enjoy my life with my work. I don't want anybody to dictate what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it and when I'm going to do it to me. So I want to believe that the next 35 years of my life, I want to enjoy it. This is one of the reasons why I created my own job and my own business, that I won't work for anybody, because I want to love what I'm doing. So if you love what you are doing, then you are likely to have less stress. You are likely to have problem in the family, because before you leave, you are leaving your home with happiness while you are going to work. When you are coming back, you will also be happy because there is less stress in you, because you have enjoyed for your morning till evening when you decided to be going home. So this will make you to be happy, you will relax, then definitely your family will enjoy you. I don't know why, I don't know, maybe that is also what my wife seen in me also, that she also decided that, okay, she would have preferred we do the same thing. We work together, though we have a very peculiar situation in our own case. So we started the business together, and we work in the same office, and we leave home the same time, we come back home the same time, and we have not been tired of it for our business is over 22 to 23 years now, and we have been enjoying every bit and every day of the whole thing. Though there will be a stress, because there is no work without its own challenges. There will be challenges, but because you love what you are doing and you enjoy it, then you won't see that stress. You won't see that stressors that may arise from or the challenges that may arise from the work. So I think what we need to look at is, do we really, really love what we are doing? Just like the national coordinator said, it's not how much we are doing that we get the rizq of Allah from it, but our happiness. Because if you don't have happiness, there is no way you can forge ahead. There's no way you can improve. If you look at those people that are doing a lot of inventions and a lot of research, what the international bodies or the people that are funding research are doing is, they make them comfortable. They make them forget every other thing and enjoy what the research they are funding, so that they will get the real result. Because if you are not happy with what you are doing, you can't get the result. So what I want us to look at is, people, if it is possible for some people to sit down and ask themselves, do you love what you are doing? Because if you don't love it and you are doing it for the next 30, 20 years, then there's no likelihood that you'll be happy throughout the life. Salaam alaikum.
Imam, sir. Okay, sir. Barakosi Manima Son, you can mute.
Okay, thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Issues around work as a third party. I see more issues therein. It's a reality that we have to come to terms with, and we do not have much. I do not think we have much to do around issue of work, except to just look inward and see where we can modify. The reality is that we must work as a man, essentially. Now, if you look at our environment, our local environment, we are constrained by a lot of things, whether we like it or not. Yeah, if you are an academic, you have to reside in your university environment. If you are a civil servant, you have to work where you are posted. If you are lucky, you work. If you want better pay and you go for federal government appointment, it means you could be transferred anywhere in Nigeria. Even if you work with state government, you are at the liberty of where you are posted to. These are the realities that we have to work with. You work with corporate organization, it means you will need to work in urban center, in urban area, where cost of living is high. Is either you cope with paying so much rent in the urban area, and if you have to live in the suburb, you have to travel far distances to and fro your work. These are realities that we cannot wish away. And of course, it's a good thing, like my brother who just spoke now, it's a good thing to think of having your own business, to not to work for the system, and all of that is brilliant. But the downside of that is that how do we influence the system? If all of us or most of us stay away from the elite job, we stay away from the corporate job, we stay away from government job, we don't want to be part of civil servants, we stay away from the academics. How do we influence the system? These are the challenges, these are the dynamics that we have to face when we talk about the issue of job. And that is why, even when we now say it is a third party, it's very, it calls for a lot of brainstorming. And when we even say we can, so what I think we can be talking about, of course, nobody will say you should not work. Now, the type of work you do and how you do it, how we ensure that this job does not actually constitute a real third party that will destroy our marriage. It's a lot of work. It's a challenging, it's a daunting work that I think that's what we can begin to talk about. How do we work around it to minimize the effect? The reality is that you cannot do it. You cannot change some things. Just like I was discussing with a brother recently. The brother asked me about mortgage in Nigeria. The truth of the matter is our own local environment here cannot be compared with what obtains in the developed world, in Europe and America, for instance. Over there, you may not be able to escape mortgage. So scholars over there can give verdict that it has become doruri when you don't have any option. They liken it to a case of where you just have to do your insurance, your car insurance. You do not like it, but you are required to do it. But back home here, you have many options to explore when it comes to accommodation. So that's why in our own local environment here, even people who are lucky to get this job are considered lucky. The jobs we are talking about, that they are stressors, they are taking our time. People struggle to get it. Those who get it, we consider them so lucky. Not to talk of those who do not even have. These are the issues that I think we need to look at in more details. Assalamu alaikum.
Well, we want to appreciate every contributor. This is just 5 minutes to the end of the session. I can't see Imam again. I think the national coordinator can make his closing remark so that we adjourn till next week. So, national coordinator, you can unmute yourself and make a closing remark.
Well, alhamdulillah, I think we thank Allah that we have made the best of the day. We pray Allah to continue to perfect our affairs and make us the best in this world and thereafter. We pray for our brother who is unable to make it to this platform today for one reason or the other. And pray for our Imam, our leader, who has been